Aarav had always been the quiet type, the kind of guy who noticed every small detail, but never said much. Maya was the opposite, lively, warm, and full of color. They studied in the same university, shared the same library corner, but never truly spoke more than a polite greeting. Yet, something unspoken had always pulled them toward each other. One rainy evening, Maya rushed into the empty university hallway, dripping wet from the sudden storm. Aarav was standing near the window, watching the raindrops slide down the glass. "Looks like the weather trapped us here," Maya laughed softly. Aarav smiled, for once feeling comfortable. "I don't mind if you're here." Maya looked up, surprised by the honesty in his voice. A warm silence settled between them, not awkward, just full of quiet emotions they had held inside for too long. The thunder echoed, and Maya shivered. Without thinking, Aarav took off his jacket and placed it gently around her shoulders. "You'll catch a cold," he said softly. Their eyes met, a moment neither of them had prepared for. Maya stepped closer, her breath warm from the rain-chilled air. "You always care for me, even when you pretend not to." Aarav's heart beat faster. "I never pretended. I just didn't know if I had the right to feel this way." Maya's fingers lightly touched his hand. "You do." The distance between them faded, slowly, naturally. Aarav lifted her chin gently with his fingertips. Maya closed her eyes as a soft, tender kiss met her lips. Warm, careful, full of emotion rather than passion. It wasn't a wild kiss. It was a confession. When they pulled away, Maya smiled, a smile only meant for him. "So, what now?" she asked. Aarav brushed a strand of wet hair behind her ear. "Now we stop hiding," he said. Hand in hand, they walked out into the rain, not caring anymore about the storm outside, because something warmer had just begun between them. There was a strange intensity between them, the kind that didn't need words to be understood. Whenever they stood near each other, the air itself seemed to thicken, as if every unspoken feeling was floating between them, waiting to be touched. He felt her presence before he even saw her, and she felt his eyes long before she dared to look up. What they shared wasn't loud or dramatic, it was quiet, powerful, almost overwhelming. Every moment near him made her heart beat louder in her chest. Every smile from her made something inside him unravel, piece by piece. One night, they found themselves alone under the soft glow of dim lights, shadows dancing on the walls. She was sitting by the window, hugging her knees, as if trying to hold her emotions inside. He approached quietly, but she felt him. She always did. "You can sit," she whispered without turning. Her voice trembled just enough for him to hear the truth she tried to hide. He sat beside her, close enough that their shoulders brushed, sending a warm shiver through both of them. The silence between them was full, not empty, full of tension, full of longing, full of everything they had kept buried for far too long. "You've been avoiding me," he said softly. "I had to," she murmured. "Why?" She finally turned to him, her eyes shining with emotions she could no longer hold back. "Because every time you're close, I forget how to breathe," she admitted. His heart clenched, not from pain, from the overwhelming need to hold her, reassure her, tell her everything he had never said. He reached out slowly, giving her time to pull away. She didn't. His fingers brushed her cheek, tracing the curve gently as if she was something fragile, precious, and irreplaceable. She closed her eyes, leaning into his palm, a soft surrender. "You don't have to hide from me," he whispered, his voice husky with emotion. "I feel it too." She opened her eyes, and in them she saw it. The longing, the fear, the love she had tried to silence.